Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy. So today in this session I'm going to discuss the most important thing, that is recap of India's foreign policy that is in 2024. What were the achievements of India's foreign policy as well as the challenges in India's foreign policy in 2024, and we'll be discussing the challenges that India is going to face in 2025. As the world spins faster into uncertainty, so 2024 was nothing short of a blockbuster year of India's foreign policy, complete with high stakes diplomacy, unexpected plot twists, and some cliffhangers that would rival any Bollywood thriller, as well as from shaking hands with frenemies at the line of LSE to breaking breed in Islamabad for the first time in a decade. So India kept the drama alive, but hold on, 2025 is already shaping up to be an even bigger sequel this year. So what's next? Will India manage to keep its neighbor close but its adversaries closer? So stick around this video, because this video has all international intrigue and diplomatic gossips that you need to sound smarter at dinner parties. So basically, this article, which is written by the famous columnist and whose name is Suhasini Heather, she writes wonderful editorials in the Hindu newspaper. So she has written a wonderful editorial in this newspaper which is related to the recap of India's foreign policy in 2024. Yes. So after the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was sworn in for a third term in June year 2024, now this year, that is 2025, that is jam-packed with incoming and outgoing visits. So above all, if we see 2024 year was full of global insecurity and shocks in the neighborhood, particularly Bangladesh. So as 2025 looks to be even more uncertain and India's foreign policy poised for a change. Now, we need to understand what are the developments in India's foreign policy in 2024. So if we see the developments, so there are various developments in India's foreign policy that is in 2024, and the most important development, that is disengagement at LAC, that is line of actual control. Yes, so disengagement at LAC, तो ये काफी ज्यादा न्यूज में भी रहा था. Even Jayanagara also talked about the disengagement of LAC. This is the most difficult negotiation, and this negotiation completed this year, that is was for the disengagement at the line of actual control with China. Clear? So these are the images with respect to the disengagements, and also special representative talks took place in 2024. Now, apart from this, second important thing is India-China formal meet. Yes, India-China formal meet. Now, it is the first formal Modi and Xi Jinping meeting in 5 years, which was held at Kazan on the sidelines of BRICS Summit 2024 in Russia. So that is also one of the most important achievement in India's foreign policy with respect to China. Now, another achievement is India and France. Yes, why India and France? Because French President Emmanuel Macron was a guest on Republic Day, as well as bilateral ties on defense, energy and maritime cooperation was reaffirmed between the nations. So this is also one of the important achievement with respect to India and France. Another important thing here is European Free Trade Agreement. Yes, European Free Trade Agreement, India and European Free Trade Association, they have signed a trade and economic partnership agreement which is called a TEPA in 2024. So this is also one of the important achievement between India and European Union. Clear? Apart from this, Pakistan relation. Yes, this year, that is in 2024, External Affairs, that is Jayanagara, made the first visit in nearly a decade to Islamabad for SCO summit. Yes, तो ये काफी ज्यादा वायरल भी हुआ था जब एक्सटर्नल अफेयर जयशंकर पाकिस्तान गए थे, and he made a first visit in after 5 years, after a decade you can say. Okay, तो काफी ये वाला जो उनका लुक है वो काफी ज्यादा वायरल भी हुआ, तो एक काफी ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट विजिट थी, तो आने वाले समय में बहुत सारे चेंजेस देखे जा सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, ऑस्ट्रेलिया. Now, what is the important thing with respect to Australia? Yes, India and Australia, basically they have sealed an ambitious renewable energy and partnership for cooperation in priority areas such as solar energy, green hydrogen, energy storage. All these things are important with respect to India and Australia. So this was on the sideline of Brazil in G20 summit, which was held in Brazil in 2024. Now, apart from this, there are challenges in India's foreign policy. Now, what are the challenges in India's foreign policy? जो इस साल इंडिया ने सबसे important challenge देखा, that is in its neighborhood only, that is Bangladesh turmoil. Yes, as the government of Sheikh Hasina was overthrown and Mohammad Yunus government came into the picture. So the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, who was the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, it is a significant setback for India's security and regional policy. Apart from this, as we can see that Canada downturn. So Canada downturn, तो इस साल काफी ज्यादा इंडिया और कनाडा भी न्यूज में रहे, जैसा कि हम देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन पर, that the ties with Canada took a turn over the Niger killing, and the cases like Canadian authorities alleged the involvement of Indian officials in the case. Clear? So apart from this, US indictment. Yes, US indictment is also important. Now why US indictment? Because United States of America के Department of Justice ने फाइल किया था indictment against the Adani group. Okay, Adani group के against में इन्होंने indictment फाइल किया था, and also a new indictment was filed against the Indian official and for the alleged of Pannoon assassination plot. Pannoon assassination plot के against में भी Indian official के खिलाफ indictment फाइल किया गया था. Apart from this, Nepal and China. Now Nepal and China. Now why Nepal and China? It is a concern for India because Nepal has signed a framework agreement with China on Belt and Road Initiative, which is enhancing Chinese influence in South Asian region. So this is also a very important thing, a concern for India's foreign policy. And last but not least, Israel-Hamas war. Israel-Hamas war, if we see, that has actually created the regional instability in West Asia. तो अब इस पर इंडिया का पोजीशन क्या होना चाहिए था? द एस्केलेशन ऑफ इजराइल हमास कॉन्फ्लिक्ट टेस्टेड द इंडियाज पोजीशन इन द मिडल ईस्ट. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, व्हाट इंडिया इज गोइंग टू फेस मेजर चैलेंजेस इन 2025. अब इंडिया 2025 में मेजर क्या क्या चैलेंजेस फेस करने वाला है? सो द फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चैलेंज दैट यू कैन सी इन 2025 is neighborhood engagement. Now, India has to build relationship with new governments in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, as well as Maldives. So, this is also a challenge for India in 2025. Second, Chinese influence. Now, China's influence is increasing in South Asia as increasing Chinese engagement in Bhutan, Nepal, as well as Sri Lanka. Apart from this, now Trump is coming into the picture. Trump is going to take the office on 20th January 2025. So, how the relations during the Trump is going to shape with India? So, discussions on trade tariff, because Trump's foreign policy is almost concerned about the economic interest. So, discussion will be there on trade tariffs, then market access in areas like agricultural exports from United States to India. and the differences over Iran policy could also return with new US government in 2025. So these are some important challenges. Apart from this, there are other challenges like United Kingdom Free Trade Agreement, as India has already signed FTA with EU. Now UK is one of the most important partner of India. So free trade agreement negotiations between India and United Kingdom will be relaunched in 2025. Apart from this, Russia-Ukraine conflict. Yes, now this year, now in the early 2025, the visit will be made by President Vladimir Putin of Russia to the India in early 2025, and this is going to set the stage for a new phase of India's geopolitical balancing act. So this can be seen as very important in terms of India's foreign policy and also with respect to India's balancing act with Russia. Now, apart from this, this CECA with Australia. So India and Australia will engage into the negotiation on comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. So this will be the part of discussion this year in 2025. And apart from this, West Asian initiatives. So अभी हम West Asian initiatives की बात करेंगे, तो ये कुछ important challenges होने वाले हैं इंडिया के लिए 2025 में. Clear? Then West Asian initiatives. So as we have discussed that India engagement with West Asian countries for multilateral initiatives like IMEC, India, Middle East, Europe corridor, and I2U2, that is India, Israel, UAE and US. Now these two things are in trouble. Why? Because of Biden government and also the Middle East turmoil. So because of these two because of the, this Middle East issue, these two initiatives are in turmoil. So possibly the discussions will take place in 2025 with respect to India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor also. So all these things are related to India's foreign policy, that what are the challenges will be there in India's foreign policy in 2025. And there you have it, folks, because India's foreign policy in 2024 was a roller coaster of breakthroughs, breakdowns, as well as balancing acts. But as the curtain rises on 2025, the stakes are even higher. Will India outmaneuver China's chess moves in South Asia? Or can it seal the deal with UK and Australia? Or will trade talk hit another roadblock in India's foreign policy? So we need to understand how will India walk the tightrope between the US and Iran while juggling Russia-Ukraine conflict. So these things only the time will tell, but one thing is for sure, diplomacy is the ultimate reality show. And India is playing to win this show. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates on Legacy IAS Academy, because this foreign policy saga is just getting started. Thank you so much.